What is up, everybody? How you doing today? What's it like? Wednesday? Got a little hump day action going on today. But I want to jump on this thing real quick because I've been getting a lot of comments today, or just like recent, the last few of this stretch of games. But every people talking about that, like the Packers should lay down. The season's over. Don't even try to win anymore. Like, why are they trying to win? We need draft picks. That's like insanity to me, bro. Insanity. Because first of all, they still have a shot for the playoffs. They win out. I don't remember exactly what has to happen. A little bit has to happen. A couple teams have to fall off. Or Washington, I think there's some stuff that has to happen. But first of all, the Packers have to win out. All right. They have to win out. They have to do their part and then like see what happens. But like just getting into the playoffs, like if they did slip in, if they did be able to sneak into the playoffs, who knows what happens? You don't know what happens. Herm Edwards used to say, like, just get into the tournament and then see what happens. And then that's what it is. How many teams? 2010 Packers weren't supposed to win a Super Bowl. It's not the same situation, really. But they barely got in. They got in, went on a run, and see what happens. And not only that, like, what do people expect Matt LaFleur to say? What do they expect? Me to go to the locker room, like, hey guys, season's over, buds. You know how we usually try to win all the games? Yeah, we're gonna go another route with this from now on. You know what I mean? We're just gonna give up. Or I don't know. I know. Like, maybe ask Aaron Jones to start fumbling. Like, Aaron Rodgers. You remember watching Brett Favre throw picks every day? You know what I mean? Do some of that. Like, I don't get what people want. And is it that you're just saying sit Aaron Rodgers? Because I was talking to somebody about this today. Like, sit Aaron Rodgers. Like, why would you sit your quarterback, your starting quarterback, when you still have a chance at the playoffs? No NFL team would do that. Everyone would be fired. Like, if they did that, everyone would be fired. You just quit. First of all, you're teaching loser mentality to the team. Teams are built to win. Teams are built. Everything that they do every single day is to be better at football and to win football games. These coaches are like sleeping at the office, trying to win games. Like, no, we're just gonna shut it down now because it doesn't look good. Like, now, if the Packers lose in our game, things are gonna change. I don't know what they'll do, but people talk about seeing Jordan Love, but there's no reason to see Jordan Love if the Packers still have a chance at the playoffs. And the NFC isn't that strong. Like, the Eagles look tough. There's some stuff in there. But if the Packers did get hot, Romeo Doubs coming back, Christian Watson, them together, I think that is very intriguing to see Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson, see what this passing game could do. Aaron Jones, get everyone. Aaron Rodgers are saying, he was on Pat McAfee saying, everything's feeling a little bit better. The ribs, I think it's the first time he slept. I didn't watch it. I was just watching clips on the Twitter. But who knows like what this team can do? They have to go, play Miami. That's going to be tough. Like, it's not going to be easy. But like, just suggest that you just stop trying. Like, for a draft pick. First of all, draft picks aren't guaranteed. So like, if they get like a 7-8 spot better draft pick, you think what? Then they'll win the Super Bowl? Like, I don't really get that because not every good player was drafted in the first round, the first half of the first round, because that's what people want. They want what, a top 15 pick or something, and then they think that some magical player will come out, and then as the draft day comes on, they call his name, he goes, oh, and then the light shines over him, and he's just gonna win Super Bowl after Super Bowl. Like, dude, they drafted a lot of players in and after, not even in the first round, that ended up being good football players. I get it because like the draft, it's nice to have but like if you can win, you try to win. First, like one of the main things is not teaching loser mentality. I was watching a podcast just on my phone just before I went on here. I forget what player. I think it was Busting with the Boys had someone on there, and they were saying that he was playing for the 49ers, this guy, and they were partying and drinking all night long. They were having a good time after the game. They had buses and they went drinking. And, that's why they were losing. They sucked because the whole team was just getting trashed every night and having a good time. And then Harbaugh came in and then he made some comments like, who's the snake? Where's the snakes at or something? Like, he was trying to find the players who weren't doing right. And he started cutting people. So then the players were like, oh, this is for real. We're going to get cut. We got to slow our roll. We got to change our ways a little bit. And that is how you change the culture And you do not create a losing mentality, bro. That's some to say the Packers should just bench Rodgers and like sit everyone that you think that will help them lose. That's some loser ass mentality. That's I don't know. That's not Green Bay Packer football. I don't think any team has ever done that. I'm sure there's some where the owner, maybe a new coach, the owner says, "Hey, if we lose, games this year, it's not that big of a deal." You know what I mean? And obviously, I think someone just got accused of that. I think it was that Miami or something. Anyways, but like I think your owner would have to go to the coach and be like, "Hey, let's do this thing or whatever." You won't get fired because that's the thing. Every player who plays, there's film on that player. So if a player is even taking time off on his own and is like, this season's trash, I'm just gonna get through this thing, teams are gonna watch that. Whether it's the Packers, which I guarantee it'll be the Packers, and any team, if the Packers release, depending on their contract situation, all these teams are gonna watch this tape and like, all right, how did they play when the games didn't matter or when it wasn't looking good or all the time, and they're gonna see that film and see that you took off, and then the coach is the same thing. If you start screwing up and like, we're just gonna lose and this and that, you end up getting fired down the road. Maybe people don't want to hire you now because like, well, you lost that team and you started to go downhill and then this or that or whatever. Like no one's losing on purpose. I mean, I'm gonna say that I'm sure that there's a few that did because the owner came down or whatever, and they told him that he won't get fired, and they just say, "Hey, but it's not really losing on purpose." I get the situation people are talking about, like, "Hey, you have an aging quarterback. We're gonna get the young guy in. We know there's gonna be some lumps, kind of like what the Bears are doing, but they really don't have anyone else." But you put the young quarterback in, let him go through his struggles, let him find his way. You're gonna lose some, but that later it's gonna be payoff, and that's not quitting. That's not losing on purpose. That's rebuilding. That's, but you don't rebuild with the Hall of Fame quarterback. Aaron Rodgers won an MVP last year. Like you're not going to bench him when you're still mathematically in the playoffs. It's just not going to happen. And I mean, and I'm not talking trash to people who comment that because I get the thinking about it. But the thing is like most of the people who say they should just lose, they should just stop trying and they should get a higher draft pick. Those are the same type of people who say that they're realists. So be real. Be realistic. Think in your brain. Do you think a team would actually do that? Do you think that there would not be negative consequences? I mean, it's insane. Now, if the Packers lose or whatever, something doesn't happen the day that they're mathematically eliminated, then I would probably start talking about, we got to see Jordan Love before the season's over. And, they got to figure out, like, is Rodgers coming back? Like, they got to think of a lot of things. But they already said that they know what Jordan Love is. They don't need to see Jordan Love. They know. They made their decision if they're going to pick up his fifth-year option or not. So, like, they know. Now, this season is a wacky season. It is what it is. I love talking to you great people, all right? I appreciate everyone who comments. Even if, you're one of the people that commented and said that, I ain't talking trash. I'm just giving my point of view. I love the interaction, the back and forth. But be sure, check out my podcast we did with Packers History from Daniel from Packers History. That was fun chat, talking about the Bears Packer rivalry, the whole thing. And this Thursday, tomorrow, Corey Benke, we're going to be live. I don't know what time yet, probably 6:30, 7 o'clock, somewhere in there on my page. Corey Benke, Cheesehead TV, one of the GOATs. Corey's one of my favorite people on the social medias. You know what I mean? He's always fun to talk to. But there we go. Go Pack, go people. I just want to pop in here and give my little 2 cents on that. Big shout to Quick Trip sponsoring this little thing I'm doing over here. Go Pack, go people. Have a good night. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow, Tomorrow night, Corey Benke. There we go. All right. Go Pack, go people. We are out this thing.